These boys join us, so let's do this. How are you, gents?
Oh, we're well.
Happy birthday.
Brian Fletcher.
Happy birthday to you.
Brian Fletcher.
Happy birthday, Fletch, for
Happy
Saturday.
birthday, Fletch.
Thank you very nice. It's nice to get a happy birthday wish from you guys all the way up there, rather than the studio that I'm in now that I had to bring up my own birthday.
know.
So,
Oh,
boys,
really?
That is true.
boys, now I know all about the Queensland spirit.
Purely
Sorry,
professional
Brian.
relationship, that one down there, Brian.
Yeah, it feels
Yeah.
like that way.
I was
Which
at
is-
the races once, boys, and I was telling the couple we were with a story about something that had happened on Kobe and my wedding anniversary, and then I realised it was our wedding anniversary. So,
On that day?
On that day,
Yeah,
yeah.
Freudian slip.
Freudian slip.
Freudian
Nice.
slip.
Never mind.
long
Boys,
did
take
that-
your pick.
Oh, over the weekend?
Piastri, Volkanovski, Rory.
Yeah,
What?
yeah. Volk.
Let's go to Rory. I want to get your thoughts on Rory, Rat, and you too, Scott.
Oh, I'm
But,
stoked for him. I'm not a Rory hater. Rory's not my favourite golfer, but I'm stoked for him and just to witness history the way we did, like the Grand Slam, to knock it over, and gee, I tell you what, he tried his best to lose it.
Oh, didn't he get a bit nervous? What about the putt to actually win it? That was even a little bit nerve-wracking
Side
for him.
door.
Yes. Side door. Jeez, it was.
What about the chip on, like that chip on 13 where he double bogeyed? Like he laid up, played it safe. I'm not going to go for it. If he goes for it and misses, at worst he's having a bogey. He hits his fourth onto the green and he two putts it. He puts his third that was 75 metres away. He had 20 metres left of the pin to aim at. It'll all feed down. He hits it right of the pin into the drink. That was unbelievable. I thought he was done. I thought, he's gone. He's gone to water.
I won't ask you, Rat, because you would probably do this. But Sats, do you feel so? Par there is 72, right? They're
Yes.
playing off the back tees. I was talking to my mates today, saying I don't think we, 15, 16, 17 handicappers would break 150.
I saw something from is an Augusta member, has been a member for 25 years, and he said that anyone who plays off scratch, they would struggle to break 90.
Okay, so the question is, do you think we would break 150?
I think you get 150.
I think you get
That's
150.
a lot of shots. I mean, you're not
I know,
that bad.
Yeah.
I know, yes, we are. But I was looking at, and the TV angle doesn't give it justice.
No.
The greens.
The greens, yeah.
And
No.
I would get in the bunkers and not get out.
Yeah.
And no pickups. I'm saying no pickups.
No,
You've got to keep playing.
You'd almost have to play back, wouldn't you?
Yes.
Sometimes.
You have to. There's no pickups. I don't reckon we'd get 150.
I'd back you. I'd back you.
I
I'd
don't know.
back you to
Thanks,
break
Rat.
it. Fletch.
Hey, Fletch and Sugar, what about the marker? He's the guy that on the final 2 days, if there's an odd number,
Oh, yes.
it's the Augusta member
Yeah.
who is the club champion that comes in and makes up he's never shown on TV. And there's famous stories about this guy, last name Knox.
Yeah, he's got the club
he's still
record.
got the club record, 61.
Knox.
Yeah, Jeff
And
Knox, yeah.
there's one year that Sergio Garcia apparently didn't even shake his hand after he beat him
Right.
in the,
He's an
final
A.
round.
Sergio's an A grade.
Are you aware of this bloke, Fletch?
No.
So just to keep things on time.
He's the swinger.
He's the swinger, so he's standing by for an odd number. Bang,
Throwing
in
the
he comes.
keys in, yeah.
And quite often, I think he's beaten Rory, hasn't he? He's beaten
He
Rory
has
in a
beaten
round.
Rory, beaten Sergio,
Yep.
but he was often like the sounding board for Tiger back in the day when he was going there.
Yeah, Tiger
like,
used to always consult him, yeah.
consult him about his round and what's working, what's not, where do I hit it, where don't I? So he was the guy, but there's a new guy there now.
Yeah.
So Knoxie's gone. There's
Yeah.
a new guy.
Mick
in.
Mack. Mick Mack. Michael McDermott.
Is that him?
Mickey Mack, yeah.
Okay,
right.
so but does it have to be the best golf, or would you say the captain,
Well,
So it's a club champion for that
the
year.
club champion? Sorry,
Yeah.
yeah. But he's still, amongst all these legends, boys, is this right? He is the course record holder.
Yeah,
Yes.
he is. Yeah, 61.
Yeah.
He'd know.
Wow.
Fletch, we're just watching you from last night. That footage of that guy playing the guitar.
It looks like you playing the guitar.
Yeah, that was the whole idea. That was me, and the other one in the red's supposed to be Kevy.
That's me. Hold the other one.
I'll tell you what, Heidi's train operator from the UK. He's dead
Oh,
set.
yeah,
That's
you can't
insane. That's
You can't
insane.
beat that.
No,
can
no,
you?
you can't.
Now, boys, let's
Yes.
talk rugby. Let's talk rugby league.
Yeah.
Oh, there he is.
Now, Mitchy Moses, I've come up with this there's a bit of mail. Mitchy Moses may be named for this weekend's round.
Really?
Right.
I'm saying if he's fit and ready to go, they beat the Tigers. Thoughts? That's my first thing.
Tigers looked all right yesterday. Well, I mean, Newcastle were pretty average. They offered nothing in attack, Newcastle, didn't they?
Yeah.
But you know when you get those
But they
players-
did defend well, the Tigers. But he'll be a big boost for Parramatta.
Yes.
There'll be a big chance. I think he might be a
that's
big
enough.
chance. Yep.
I like the Tigers are doing.
Now,
Well, this might help them too.
Going back to the Lachie Galvin.
Yes.
Is that going to disturb this team? And can you just read out what
Okay.
we just discovered?
Yes.
Everyone knows the news about Lachie Galvin.
Yes.
Yep.
He won't be there in 2027.
No.
But this came across our desk. Sugar.
Yes.
Take
Okay.
over.
So this has just landed on the Sydney Morning Herald website. Michael Chamis writes the yarn. The headline says this: no faith in Benji Marshall's coaching. The reason Galvin walked away from Tigers. Sources with knowledge of the situation, talking on the condition of anonymity
Good
due
word.
to the confidential nature of discussions, told the Herald that Galvin believed there was a ceiling on how far he could develop to the club, especially given Marshall's tendency to appoint former Tiger teammates as assistant coaches. So based on that last line, it's not just whacking Benji, it's how's he turning up to training this afternoon or tomorrow?
I know.
Or,
Well, it's sources.
Yeah,
That's the other thing.
That is sources, and you can deny, as
Yeah.
a lot of guys are good at doing. But what I'll say is, like, this is a young fella who's playing number 6, getting coached by potentially like one of the best number 6s Australia, like the game's ever seen, in a team that's improving. Who's to know in a year's time that they're not playing finals, and the next year they get better again. They get more troops on
Yep.
board, and like for the Tigers to come out and say he will not be with us, I just find that hard to cop. Like, I'm like, why would you come out and say that now?
Draw a line
Is
in the
it-
sand, I think. They're doing that's what they're
Or
doing.
do you feel, Rat, that they could still sort of tempt him to stay? Is that what
Well,
you're saying? Like, there's
well,
a
yeah.
lot of water under the bridge.
Well,
yeah.
if they
who
play
kno-
finals
well,
this
who-
year, absolutely.
Who knows
Yeah.
what the offer's going to be, on November 1? Like, who knows what the offers are going to be that come in? Like, they mightn't be what he thinks. They mightn't be what the Tigers have offered, and he might form strong bonds with his teammates, and winning cures a lot of things.
Okay, so just on this, right, and I raised this before, and I don't have the manager's hat on. Rat is an accredited agent. So
So is Scott Sattler.
Yeah, so is Sats.
What?
So-
Sats is.
so
How
boy-
do we get ours?
So, well, Sats, you've also sat in negotiations on the other side of the fence as well. And I said exactly the same thing to Brian. Are you better off not having another dog in the fight? So, I mean, why is this being published now? Round 7, it's Daily Cherry Evans all over again, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Well, it's just the rules, unfortunately. Until they change it, we're just going to continue. Fans are going to be disappointed, upset. And
Yeah,
No,
but
but I
Sats,
don't mind. I don't mind. I know. I think I know what you're going. Where you're going
Yeah.
here. There is no other dog in the fight. They're not negotiating with anyone else. They're waiting till November 1 and
Yeah.
let's
Think
just
so?
get on with business.
Do you
Yeah, I think
so?
it's done. I think it's done.
yeah, I
You
know,
think
but
so?
what? But why?
No, it can't be
what's
done.
the upside of promoting this, right? And now we're all. This article wouldn't be there without the announcement of him not staying. So why
Yeah.
wouldn't you just? Why
What,
would-
are you saying why wouldn't the Tigers just try and, as I mentioned before, try and tempt him to stay and without coming out?
Well,
Just,
can't you just say, if you're representing Lachie Galvin or if you are Lachie Galvin or his family, just say, hey, guys, we've got until November 1. Right now we're enjoying playing football.
Let's
and
just leave it.
we probably will go to the open market, but for now we've got footy to play
Yeah.
and we can't do anything to November 1 right now. We're just not committing with the Tigers. We want to see our options come then. Bang.
yeah, that's the management side.
Yeah.
But why the Tigers have made a stance here? I was thinking the Tigers would try and keep this under wraps until closer to after the season.
My
because
thoughts, Fletch. Exactly.
If they get to a semi, and
Yeah.
they're a chance of making the 8 for the first time in
They
forever.
are, absolutely.
This is going to derail them. As much as people say now they're professionals, now with the Benji Marshall remark,
Oh.
that's going to derail them. Why have the Tigers come out? That's what I'm saying.
One thing, sorry, Matt, I will say this. I do think, because he's so young, whatever comment's been made, it will be forgiven. I don't think this will blow up as harshly as it could for Daly. Daly's an elder statesman.
Yeah.
And, some could say is more considered when it comes to this type of thing, given the age.
Yeah.
I think there is a way to smooth this out. Remember when Selwyn Cobbo, didn't he have a bit of a go at
Yeah.
Kevy? And they worked it out. They went on to a grand final together, right? So,
That was in a podcast.
yes, but it's nonetheless doesn't matter these
Yeah.
days what forum. Anyway, boys, any other final say
Oh,
on
mate,
that?
I just think the Tigers done what they've done. I think they just want to put a stance up to say we're not going to be a club that's going to be pushed around anymore.
No, but
this is
they're
what we're going to stand. No, this is what I think they've done this today. I'm not saying it's right, but I'm just saying I just think they're saying this is what we stand for, and we're not going to be pushed around by managers or whatever it may be. And if you want to come back to us, we're happy to listen to you. But this is what we stand for.
Yeah, but why now? Why not wait until later in there?
Well,
if they know
because-
this in their heart.
Well, because it becomes a PR battle then, because it's already come out, and then obviously they've got to retort as well. And
I just feel like the fact that West Tigers have come out and said he will not be with us beyond 2026. But that's a really strange thing to say, given no one can negotiate with this young man until November 1. And how do you know what's going to happen between now and November 1? It just you've thrown the baby out with the bathwater here, and it just doesn't make any sense to me.
And maybe like because and Brian mentioned wasn't passive aggressive, but they announced that he won't be staying with the club beyond 2026. And then they also go out of their way to say we've offered him the biggest offer we've ever offered a junior, or along those lines.
Yep.
Is this, as you said, PR battle, them going, oh no, word's going to get out anyway that he's not staying, and then we're going to go through the whole Tedesco, Moses, Brooks situation again?
Yep.
Yeah.
Got to make a stance rather than just sitting down and just being, booted like a carcass.
Now listen, carcass. Carcasses.
Carcass.
I know we're a sports show, but I like doing this because Rat and I, we're more and more aligned every single day. Time for this, Gibbo. Okay, now, Rat, I don't know if you saw this.
Oh, I'm not sure I did.
A declassified Cold War era file from the CIA has gone viral over its coverage of a supposed clash between Soviet soldiers and a UFO whose passengers reportedly turned the troops to stone before blasting off. Following the collapse of the Soviet Union in 1991, the CIA acquired 250 pages from the KGB recounting the events that transpired after a platoon fired at a flying saucer over the Ukraine. The report included eyewitness accounts and pictures of the aftermath, which American agents described as a horrific picture of revenge on part of the extraterrestrial creatures, in a picture that makes one's blood freeze. It fell to Earth not far away, and 505 short humanoids, oh, hang on, this could be me, 5 short humanoids with large heads and large black eyes emerged from it. After escaping the debris of the ruined ship, the beings huddled together and merged into one single object that acquired a shape.
Sounds like the Power Rangers.
In a few seconds. Oh yeah, in a sphere shape. In a few seconds, the spheres grew much bigger and exploded by flaring up with an extremely bright light. At that very instant, 23 soldiers who had watched the phenomenon turned into stone poles.
Ooh. Wow.
This is getting heckos.
Is that on Easter Island? That might be those Easter Island statues, those big stone statues there.
Those big lemon spreads.
Yeah, I don't know. Look, I haven't read that, Fletch, but look, I mean, it's going to come out eventually, and I mean, I'm the believer, and everyone's going to go, well, Rat was right. Well, there you go. He was, we should have listened.
Why haven't
you're
they
coming around? So,
Rat was right.
Why aren't they talk? Yeah, okay. Why is it always classified though? Why wouldn't they come out and just sell it?
They don't want to create hysteria.
Oh, really?
Just pandemonium in the streets.
I've just done
this.
this.
People be looting and going crazy, thinking the world's going to come to an end.
Well, I've got it here. We're going to put it on our socials. Yeah. We have got the exact, what do you call this, transcript of the, look, it was class.
Send it to me.
I can't. You can't get on the wrong hands. If this gets into the hands of someone, I just can't risk that.
Right. Now, boys, you spoiled the surprise because we've been waiting all show for this, and the new big mouths come on, and 12th of April, you're right, it was a very, very big day. And this guy who's a funny man, he's a talented man, he's been in the media for so long, and I'm assuming having won many, many awards. Yeah. 12th of April. It was his birthday, and we really missed this, didn't we, boys? Happy birthday to David Letterman. 77.
Is he?
You share a birthday with David Letterman,
And
Brian.
the late, great Johnny Raper.
There you go.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
Yep.
nice.
Yeah.
Claire Danes.
Oh, yes, I like Claire Danes.
Shannon Doherty.
Shenandoah 90210.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know, yeah.
She's still with us?
Yeah, I don't think she is she?
No, she passed, didn't she?
She did, I
Did
think.
she?
Yeah,
Yeah,
quite
she
young.
did.
She got the curse of 90210. I tell you what I'm looking forward to next week.
What's that?
Face to face with Scotty Sattler.
Oh, yes.
Scotty, I saw
He's given me nothing as well.
Yeah, I
Is
saw
it
a little bit
tomorrow
of it.
night, I
I
think.
haven't probed
Tomorrow
it
night,
yet.
sorry.
Yeah, okay.
I saw the boys working on it feverishly, just trying to. They were editing. They were in the edit suite. Looks
Yeah.
good, Sats.
I haven't seen it yet. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I actually
Did
forgot
you-
until you just mentioned it.
Oh yeah,
Of course you did.
please. What did you get paid for that? How much did you get paid?
Nothing.
Oh,
Fletch, you know that.
stop it.
You know
You've got to
that.
get more commercial,
You
Sats.
work for the company.
You've got to
Yeah.
get more commercial.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know.
A quick one on Volkanovski.
Yeah.
Sats.
Yes.
What's your takeaway there?
Well, he's the greatest featherweight of all time. To do what
Yep.
he did against this guy who's sort of like
Diego.
the Diego Lopez, who they're saying sort of like the next pin-up boy for them. He schooled him, absolutely schooled him. And the good part about it is there's no ground battle. He just punched his face off.
He did.
Yeah, it was outstanding.
So he
won it
clearly
pretty
won,
easy.
right?
Oh, he
Some
won it
people-
easy.
Yeah.
He won
Okay,
it
easy.
easy.
Right,
Oh,
okay.
well, Gibbo doesn't seem to think
Oh,
so.
Gibbo.
Gibbo.
I was reading some stuff. What's Gibbo? Is Gibbo
Oh,
like
mate.
Monday's A grade? Carrying on bagging Volk? Volk was on
yeah.
fire.
I
Volk
wasn't
did it
bagging
easy.
him.
What
I
were you-
wasn't bagging him,
Okay,
boys.
but-
I was just trying to be a voice of reason.
Okay,
But you know what?
What?
Fair enough.
No, you know what he's doing?
He's giving in.
I'm not giving in.
When he was here daily, he was buttoned up, but now he just comes in sort of
Rat's
every
ass?
so often.
Oh,
Rat's
right.
ass.
Yeah,
and
just
just
gives it to
controversial.
anyone.
I'm in the shop front window here, guys.
Yeah.
I'm Lachie Galvin looking for a new contract. So when I come in, I'm just doing my best.
Trying to
So
be
if
out
you're
there.
out there,
Hey, before we go, can I
Yep.
get? I'm picking my rolling kangaroo side each week.
Yep.
Like I've got all the. I need a front row, but they've got to be kangaroo.
And got to have played on the
yeah,
weekend.
and got to have played on
Best
the
front
weekend.
row that can. What
From the
about
weekend.
Tommy Hazelton.
Oh,
Tommy Hazelton. What
Can
about
he score a try?
Throw in my man, the
Who?
gun, the Gerringong Grouse, Dylan Egan,
oh, straight in.
straight
Bolter.
in.
Straight in.
Rocker
Straight
Gibraltar.
in, mate. He's played 2 games off the bench, whatever it was. Then they just threw him in the front row, and he hasn't missed a beat.
There we go.
I like
He's
him.
in.
He's
He's
in.
Hey,
in.
what about
Just throw him in, and he's a redhead.
Yeah.
Tourist has just slid into my headset here, and he said, "Oh, he had Hubner in last week. He's lost the plot."
Hubner was good.
Hubner was
Yeah.
outstanding
Hubner was
last
good
week.
the week before.
Not
I'm
the
I'm
week
just telling
before.
you.
Week
I'm just
before.
telling you what he's doing.
How does it work? The role, like, do you get a little bit of grace? Like if Hubner, he didn't have his best game, but
No.
what? He's gone straight away.
He's gone this week.
You got to be on your game.
Oh, he's
He's
gone.
gone this week. Yeah.
Please tell. Okay,
They lost.
I think Reece Robertson was the best hooker going around.
Yep.
Boys, we have to run, but in a word,
He was
Disagree.
good.
could the Canberra Raiders make the grand final? In a word, could they make the grand final?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, we said yes as well. Good on you, boys. We'll be tuning into you boys in about 6.5 minutes or
See you,
so.
legends.
Yeah, boys.
Hang
Have a
on,
great
Rad,
show.
I'll send you this alien shit.
Dude.
Yeah, please leave us off at that particular text. What, you're still here? Well, you can see more on the Joel and Fletch socials and catch us live on SEN Radio, you beautiful humans.